Hey, this is Dave. 20-minute fireside chat here tonight. I'm going to delete a lot of my other videos tonight simply because a lot of them were made moments that were low moments in my life. A friend once gave me wise advice, and he says your Facebook page should be your resume. And although this is a YouTube video, it's the story in a documentary on my life to those who care. If you watch this, then you know a little more about me, who I am, and what I'm trying to do. So I've made several videos. Dave 74 Project Truck, basically the journey to mechanical and financial independence. The short story in positive format. I've lost a tremendous amount of work over the years to my trucks being down, and I set out to overcome that, and that has become very much a challenge. It's not easy. Talking the talk is easy. Walking the walk is hard. There are times where I have been very overwhelmed. But I gotta say thank you also. And the good news, well, the good news throughout all of this is I'm starting to stabilize. I have a better mower, a better weed eater, and a better mower. I've made a lot of bills this year. I'm about to go out late tonight and go for a drive after I make copies of the bills and put them in the mailbox. Use money that is sent for me to pay bills. I use it as a tool so I can pay bills indefinitely. This is hard. It's been a lonely road. As a business owner, you gotta wear a lot of hats. Your sales and marketing, your accounting. You gotta hire people. That's hard. If you have a heart for helping people who need a second chance, but you must use your brain and your heart and your spine. And sometimes I feel like I'm a pastor and a social worker, an accountant, and a probation officer. And hard position to be. It really is. And I'm not complaining, but I have to make choices. I have to make hard choices. That people criticize the president and they criticize the police. And those are true. I never woke up and said I wanted to be the president. I've always kind of wanted to be a cop, but I couldn't imagine, the choices you have to make on a daily basis. I have no desire to be a judge either. Because as the day goes and we make the best choices we can. And we just pray that God forgives us. So the good news as far as what I'm asking is significantly less. I was asking for help with some major things. I have my big truck. I have the parts to fix it. And I'm just trying to be so careful about who I let in. And so please forgive me. Please don't take it personal. I'm scared. It's terrifying. I have customers that own businesses that are from other countries. I don't know where they came from. But I'm like, you guys gotta be braver than crap, to come to America and open up a business. I would have anxiety out the wazoo. I already have anxiety, let alone operating a business in another country. Anyway, it's really hard to set those boundaries. It's very hard to do. It's heart-wrenching, honestly, to be honest with me. It is. Yes, sometimes I probably made right decisions, and it's still hard. And trying to build that team. It's a lonely road sometimes. Lonely because I'm extra careful about who I let in. And so I ask for forgiveness in that. because sometimes helping people who need a second chance will get you burned or could even cost you your life. You hear stories on people, these older guys who help this young couple out, and the next thing you know, they show up and kill them. Call me guarded or uptight if you want to. We're trying to build that team. And I won't go into any more detail about that, what I'm talking about. So I have a newer mower. I'm kind of shifting gears sometimes. I feel like some companies like Grunders charge a tremendous amount of money, but they have a huge office staff and they're probably very, very strong financially. And there's a clientele of doctors and lawyers who can afford that. Now that I have a much larger, faster mower, I can do more in less time. I could raise my prices and do less, or I could say, you know what? If I can do a 5,000 square foot lawn, mow it, trim it, blow it, and be gone in 25 minutes, why not do it for 25 bucks? Maybe that's what a kid would charge 8 years ago or 10 years ago. But if I can do it in if I can do 2 of them in 1 hour and be gone, or 3 of them in 1 hour with the mower that I have, then I have a competitive advantage. I'm not the only one who's got a 52-inch right stander. It allows me to make money and save clients money. It's kind of a route that I'm possibly going. Years ago I was doing lawn aerations at $6 per 1,000 square foot, or $5, and at that price my phone would ring off. Charge more than this, but I have a machine that can do an SHIT load of foot in much less time. So I actually got my class that I did work for years ago, and I think I would spend about 6 hours out there, and I charged about $360, but it was like 2.5 acres, and I was just, I used to have a would kick my ass. Like I would be sore for 2 or 3 days, and so I can't wait to head over there with this new machine. I think I can do it in less than half the time, and honestly produce much better results, which is kind of a win-win, So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to having the best aeration season I can, and just paying some bills, and it feels good. I might take off tonight to the post office. I am a record man when it comes to certain things. I'm about to go maybe late night trip to the post office when I'm having some insomnia, mail out some child support and some taxes. Maybe I'll stop and get an ice cream cone on the way home to celebrate. But thank you to those who post the educational YouTube videos. I'm struggling. In spite of the tremendous progress, despite the COVID, in spite of all the weird stuff, this is terrifying. Sometimes being a business owner is scary. So I'm still trying to build that dream team, trying to honor the churches for the help that they have. If you were a mechanic and I called you every time I had a problem, you wouldn't want to be my friend. And so I'm not trying to find a crisis management team. I'm trying to find that mentor, someone who, how do I say this, folks? There are good people who aren't that preppy and a little dirty in the skin, and they may have all the knowledge in the world, and without those it's just, I have to be extra careful how I let people in. I cannot afford, I had so many setbacks. I was homeless, okay? So trusting the wrong people could lead to bankruptcy. So if there's certain people that I don't let in, would you please forgive me? Would you please keep in mind I have lost everything because I trusted the wrong people? Anyway. And sorry, sniffles here. But maybe that'll make me a better boss, a better bit in the long run. So you little bit crickets. It's good sleeping weather. I did sleep good last night. I haven't worked out this week. Good news, tomorrow is the first of the month and my rent's paid. I'm going to pay a child support payment. I have a sales tax payment made out. Am I home free? Well, without problems? Of course not, but I've got a good start on next month. And August can be one of the crap months for my business. It can be a really crappy month. It looks like we've had some rain here. As you go further south, a little loud. Whoever rap music was in that song. Apparently they don't rhyme the N-word with the N-word with the F-word, which is good. Hard day timing. How I can help y'all: mowing, lawn aeration, landscaping. Sometimes I help people move stuff. The books I'm a little shaken by the thing. Because I've been tired. And just a few odd phone calls. It kind of creeped me out. I'm like, what is this person jerking with me for sport? When I'm trying to stabilize, money can be the root of all kinds of evil. Sometimes, I had a wise woman once say, follow the money trail. Because there are more, somebody said there's more verses in the Bible about money than there are salvation, which that might be true. Not all scriptures are the scum of the earth, but it's a profession that brings out that is attractive to some very dark, dirty people. And I have a lot less of those people following me. I've had a few phone calls today that kind of freak me out. And I'm trying to run a business, and sometimes I'm just a little jumpy, and they turn out to be good people. What's all here? At least it's not so hot. I try to bring peace. sometimes I'm a non-practicing comedian, and you hear all these wars going on about race wars and people saying to Congress, do something, do something. Man, we're all kind of waiting for somebody else to do something. And how can I do my part? What can I do? I kind of came up with trying to get a few of my friends to take a pledge to never ever use the N-word ever again. I'm not expecting this to go viral. Wouldn't that be great? Then all the black people all over the world love me, and I will be Dave and Arsdale Highway, and they will all send me $5. Thank you. And there will be a parade. That's probably not going to happen. However, if I can do something here or there to change, somebody said changing the world is like, oh, we can't change it, too much problems. It's like a large cruise ship. You can't just turn the udder, because the ship's too big. There's a smaller udder underneath called a trim tabber. Then you turn that first, and then you can turn the udder and change the direction of the ship. Maybe sometimes we can be trim tabbers. We can change the world. We can change our own life, Focus on that. Focus on taking responsibility for yourself and trying to help others around you the best you can without being a sucker or a pushover. They say better a man who controls his temper than a warrior who could take a city. Sometimes it's hard to be a man. You don't want to be a pushover, but you want to go acting like a freaking out of control buffoon and yelling and screaming. And sometimes you're trying to find a way to stand up for yourself that works without, or somebody was kind of texting me about aerations today, and they kind of triggered a few things. And I'm like thinking, who is this? Is my ad really on the internet? What do I gotta do? Do I gotta find out who this guy is who's dicking with my head and bitch slap him upside the fucking head with a pistol? Or maybe there's a better way. Do I need to take some fucking Prozac? Do I need to put my hand to his throat and say, knock it the fuck off? How do I... Or do I just give it a second to see who this guy really is? And if he does come through and pay me? It's very hard. I did a job the other day mowing a huge construction field in Franklin. I kind of changed my policies out of that because I can mow tall grass, but this is another construction area, and you have to get momentum or you would get stuck. So this could be very hard on my equipment. Actually very dangerous. I mean, I like it, but it was dangerous. And I hit a few flags, marker flags, and the guy is pretty... I understand legitimately myself, and I worked so freaking hard. And somehow in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, who is this? Who is calling me? Who is this guy? Is this a distraction? Is this a diversion? Is somebody clearing out my garage as I mow this guy's lawn? And so how do I say, dude? Don't F with me without being a numbnut soldier of fortune who's reckless. Not being a pushover, not being a freaking Rambo. On the positive, I mowed a yard today, one of Mountain Miamisburg, and they must be watering it. And my new mower, I can adjust the height, and I can adjust it very high. Like I can go to 5.5 inches. And last time I mowed it at 5.5 inches, and it was the greenest yard in the neighborhood. There's like no doubt about it. It was the greenest yard. So every day when I journal, I try to start with some positives. What is good? Yes. I would like a Christian garage buddy who is just 100% sober, as can be, and experienced and knowledgeable. And if you made bad decisions 20 years ago, I'm just scared. Don't take it personally. Don't look at me as I'm judging you because of this or that. No, I'm afraid to even think about starting with alcohol or other things. Somebody over there, I swear to God, has a witch's laugh. I love that movie in the Christmas Vacation where Ralphie just freaks out and beats the shit out of that bully. I'm a 43-year-old man. I couldn't do that. Just flipped out. I love that scene. Then his mom comes and he breaks down and cries. I watched that YouTube video the other day, and I laughed and I cried. Just because it spoke right to my heart. It was the Christmas Story. Little red-headed shit was mocking him. To be strong and to be a man and to be tough and to be gentle. Someone once said to me that a man knows how to be a man and knows how to be gentle, and that's what a gentleman is. I'm not judging people at all. Please don't think that. I'm scared. Okay, I'm just terrified. I was working with somebody the other day who was a very hard worker. He had said a few things that kind of creeped me out, kind of repeating back to me everything I said. Oh man, so I'm drifting out here. At the time I was talking to this girl on the phone that I met in church. And then I was so tired, and I went to get some water and came back and I was on the phone. And then it began to I think I was just so tired. Good day, hard day. I pray that God would refresh my spirit and renew my strength. I don't want to be like me. Nobody wants to care who you are. Good pretty side of the sun there. I ordered some white primer for the metal surfaces to try to hang out with a wood primer. I couldn't see the link. So I need some metal primer. It dries around. And I'm going to try to weld something this week in the starter project. Because this has not yet been a money saver, but it will become one. Obviously, I can't quit or give up now. That would be total loss. Anyway, anybody watches this, what's the best way to get a good deal on buffalo wings? I was wanting to watch an inspirational movie because I was feeling down, so I rented two of them, but I haven't watched them yet. Recommendations of someone in the video store. So now I'm zoning out. Sleepy. Oh, what was I saying? I went to Little Caesars and the guys, I got a $5 to go pizza and some buffalo wings there. They were supposed to be really, really good, top quality buffalo wings for $6.50, and I don't know about that. So was it GFS, Gordon Food Service? Where did the man go to get the best deal on decent buffalo wings? But I normally keep them pretty fast. I had a thrift store pressure cooker, and I don't have a thrift store pressure cooker now. One time I experimented, I had my friend actually come over, and a $20 bag of buffalo wings, and I think it was GFS, and a $5 buffalo sauce from the Dollar General. And a $5 half price thrift store pressure cooker. That's ridiculous. Maybe I'll sleep there tonight. It's supposed to rain all day today. This time those weather people are pretty accurate. But that's okay, because I got some work done this evening. And, maybe someday I'll make enough money and relax that I can actually let my hair down a little bit and not be so uptight.